Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and this is coming to you from my home, here in Cave Junction, Oregon. Tonight's subject is why don't man-made systems of law work? It is inarguable that civilized man lives in a world which is based in rules, conjured up by the intellect. The intellect is a split instrument, similar to this computer that you are watching. It is programmable and at the mercy of those who do the programming. Turn on your TV set. What do you see? A TV program, do you not? What is it? You are being hypnotized to accept the message the programming decides for you. You sit back, you watch it, and shut down any discrimination of content as long as you find it entertaining. You listen to the politician, to the priest, to the TV commentators, to tell you what is good for you and what is bad for you. You don't want to bother with such a level of thought, because it is much easier for someone whom you have been trained to believe is an expert, one who knows, to tell you what to do when it is time for you to do something, to solve a problem. Life is too short, and there is much out there that scares the hell out of you. Wait a minute. How would you know there are things out there in the world that scare the hell out of you? You get it from the newspapers, the TV, the radio talk show hosts, the politicians, the priests, the bankers, the psychologists, the technical experts who will solve your problem for a fee. Call it taxes, call it tithing, call it retainer fees, call it anything you want. It is just the same thing, is it not? Transference of wealth, redistribution, which creates the satanic schism of the haves and the have-nots. Guess which category most of you fall into. Let me make this simple for you. Something that you cannot argue with. What I am about to show you is what is Christ consciousness, in language which bypasses your penchant for illusion, for myth, fairy tales, magical thinking, all of the satanic tricks of the trade that are played upon you every day of your life, to your detriment. I'm going to tell you the truth, something that is sadly missing in your lives. I don't care what you do with it, because each of you have free will, and while you are still conditioned, will likely stay with your conditioning and get your backs up, get angry, get frustrated because of what you hear, because of what I say. It is so simple, it only makes you look stupid to yourselves, and you don't like that one bit. Keep in mind that I am not an expert, for all experts are unbalanced people, because they put the preponderance of their own life's energy to fuel their field of expertise. Sure, they have nice homes, clothes, cars, boats, planes, with the accumulation of money that they have siphoned off from you, but they are just as screwed up as you are. if not more so. I'll make it easy for you. Try to go 5 minutes without a thought arising in your consciousness. 2 minutes. A minute. 30 seconds. Most of you can't do it. Why? Because your satanic conditioning acquired from the newspapers, the TV, the radio talk shows, the politicians, the priests, the bankers, the psychologists, is in constant state of chatter and interferes with what is unfolding in the now with learned judgment. Welcome to your world. You cannot see anything new without bringing in the old to fit it into your own personal tastes. You've just created and reinforced your own satanically ruled consciousness and recreated your world, not in God's image, but in Satan's. Everyone knows what harm is, even you, and it is not found in the word of harm, which relies upon the dualistic image of good and evil to exist. Good and evil is the beginning of conscience. It only functions in the arena of satanic intellect, and that is all that most of you are aware of. Good is God. It is life. Live. Evil is the opposite of live, which is life. It is fantasy, illusion, based in satanic ruled, dualistic, opposing consciousness. Stay with me, for I am trying to keep this as simple as I can. Don't let your complexity-oriented intellect, your programmable intellect, run away with you in trying to change what I am saying to you. For that is what it does, doesn't it? You never see what is without the contamination of your own judgment, changing it to make it familiar to you, do you? I said earlier that God is good, for God is life, unfolding in this eternal moment of now. If you think about it, that moment is gone, and you are reflecting it via your programmable past. That is your step into hell. That is the only world that most of you know. Life has just passed you by, and you've missed it. There is nothing dualistic about life. It is what is. There is nothing dualistic about truth. It is what is. And there is nothing dualistic about God, for it is what is. It is all good. It is all God. All else gained from the intellect, with its flawed language, images, fantasies, magical thinking, is satanic in nature. I will acknowledge that the intellect is absolutely necessary for technical problem solving and for communication with other intellects, because that is all dead activity, for it is based in the non-living after moment. Now you have the key to life that has eluded you for your entire lifetimes. Use your satanic-ruled intellects for technical problem solving and communicating with one another through your intellects. Then end it. Use your God-given gift of divine awareness, direct perception, to see the truth that is unfolding in every moment of now for the rest of your lives. Did not Jesus of Nazareth, another Christ, say that one must die to be reborn of the Spirit? that was the spirit of divine intelligence, direct perception. The programmable satanic intellect will take that statement literally and remain entrapped in its own stupor of ignorance. The spiritually sighted understand that life, love, truth, and God must be seen, for all such lie beyond the limitations of a limited satanic intellect that cannot transcend its own programming. So, do no harm, then screw man's rules. Such is the way to heaven on earth.